All right, stream's up.
All right. Welcome to the 12th race of the or not Dogecoin Truck Series season at Darlington, the one of the most prestigious tracks in the schedule for all three series in the league. So one of the toughest tracks also to navigate. Darlington is a very narrow racetrack, and that can limit some passing. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what the drivers have in store for us tonight. I'm in the booth with Matthew Hill, and Connor for this race. How are y'all doing on this fine Friday night?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's going to be a great race here in Darlington, as we know. One of the most technical racetracks on the circuit, and it's definitely going to be really intriguing to see how these Truck Series drivers do.
Right, you are Matthew. Let's take a look
Yeah,
through
can't
the
wait. Can't wait.
starting
Oh,
lineup.
also, happy December, everybody.
Oh yeah, better
Christmas
not.
season, woo!
I better not hear the Mariah Carey songs.
Everybody knows Leroy the Redneck Reindeer by by Joe Diffie is the best.
By
But
Lee Diffie.
anyways,
Wrong Diffie.
going through
Anyways,
the starting lineup for the Mosquito Mob 250, what a name! And starting on pole is the 81 of Kyler Sustrai and the Budweiser Toyota, and alongside him in the front row is the 24 of Reese. Hector Daniel is in the 23 Toyota Certified Vehicles Toyota, and Gaming Freak is in the 28 Budweiser Ford. Connor is in the number 14 New York Mets Ford, and Billy Parker is to his outside. Then the next row, you have the 45 of Lipsy and the 19 of Last NASCAR Fan.
That's Mark the Bully.
Did I say Mark the Bully? I said Mark the Bully.
No, you said Lipsy.
Did I not? Oh. Well, behind them is Lipsy in the number 9. In front of him is Mark the Bully. But then to Lipsy's outside is the 71 of Kyle. And then is the 09 of Josh and the 94 of Jackhammer. And the 02 of Dudes Castro Neves and the 51 of Jet Bolton starting that row there. Then is the 21 of Torak and the 17 of Mark 666 right there. Then it is the 33 of Legends who won at Kansas in the Truck Series. Got his first Cup Series win at Talladega last week. And starting to his outside is Indy Cup winner Sean Ard. Then the 35 of Kenyon in Outlaw in the 60. That is Patrick Miller in the 2, and the 78 is Quad Kid Boy. Craig Popgris in the 8, and the 10 is Zevel. That is the 56 of Truex Fan and the 74 of Giuseppe. Then it is the 54 of Burn It Down and the 50 of Teague. Then it's the 32 of Ryan, and to his outside is David Kreutz. Then it is the 1 of Manuel and the 0 of Unofficial Joe. And behind them is the 72 of the Grand Ginger and last season's winner at this racetrack, Slicksblame. Then is the 97 of King Barnabas and the 05 of Braden. Then is the 99 of Maine in the Boeing Chevy, and the Ev the Wisconsinite is to his outside. Then is Ryan Blaney Racing in the 12, along with NASCAR Fan in the 77 to his outside. Then rounding it out will be the 20 of Jessica and the 53 of Panhouse Boy. 111 laps in store for us today at Darlington. It's going to be a fun one.
yeah, and one thing that I really think that's going to matter at this race is definitely track position. I think if you're in the one of those front three rows, you have a good chance of taking the win today.
Definitely. And also, you just got to make sure you don't get yourself stuck up on that outside, because really that is the worst spot to be in at this track. The outside just has no grip up there. There's a lot of dirty stuff up there, and really you just don't want to be there. You want to really run the inside into turn 1, slide up the track through about in the middle, and then cut back down low to get a good exit off of turn 2. As for
Yeah, the
3
big
and 4, sorry.
Yeah, the big thing is you do want to be a little bit high, but you just don't want to get too high into the marbles because that is where you end up sliding up the track too much.
Definitely. But as I was saying, as for 3 and 4, there's a lot more grip near the high side. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of drivers using that line to stay ahead of other drivers here today. As they
And this
roll through turns 3 and 4.
race, no matter what series, if you win at this track, you are going to be written in the history books as a legend.
Definitely. As for the guy who's starting on the front row, it'll be Kyler Sustry and Reese, the defending Dogecoin Trap Series champion, leading them off here at Darlington. Pace truck is in, and we are green at Darlington.
Pretty equal start, but the 81 is going to find his way way out ahead now into turns 1 and 2.
Yep, like I said, that outside just has no grip up there. That is not the preferred line to be in on the start, and you see drivers getting very close to the wall, pushing the limits. We're going to see that a lot today, as Hector Daniels going to go to second.
Yeah, the inside lane is just way better right now. The outside is just not rubbered in at all.
Well, as for 3 and 4, it looks like Reese got a better exit than Connor right here. He might actually clear him down to turn 1.
That's the good part about the outside. You may be worse in the corner, but you will be better on the exits.
So now Reese will slot into the third position. Kyler Sustry keeps the lead. Some trucks getting high. Billy Parker, I think, scrubbed the wall.
It's just a
Brought
little
him way
scrub.
down the
Oh,
road. Oh, looks like in the chat, looks like we got a fuel system failure on the 78, and now he's on pit road even before, not even before the race started.
terrible luck for that number 78 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Tundra.
Yup, he didn't even start the race and he's having problems. But now, here comes the 23 for the race lead, putting big pressure on the 81 of Kyler Sustry.
Yeah, and I think Sustry is really going to have just a really good car right now. I mean, you can see he's stayed ahead, even with the pressure from the 23. Just he's got to hope that he doesn't like overcorrect it.
And really, a really grippy racetrack, and a really cold racetrack with the cloud cover that we see over tonight here at Darlington, is really gonna make it harder for passing. Because if it's a slick racetrack, guys are gonna be sliding everywhere, and it's gonna create more passing opportunities. I feel like we're gonna see less of that today, and we're gonna have to see more skilled passes, as you see the 24 right to the back bumper of the 23 here.
Yeah, and it's still going to be difficult for the 24 to make the pass on the 23 unless he makes a slip up the track. And right now, it does not look like they're going to be doing that anytime soon.
Yep. Looks like about the front 6 are in a line.
Yeah, they've definitely pulled out ahead. They definitely have the best trucks because once you get to about 7th, you have a 1 second gap.
And now, here comes the 23 right there, as well as the top 6. As for the rest of the field, I think they're just battling out. No, Game Freak has managed to get ahead of Josh, and they're all single file until about down the sub 30s. Like we said, Matthew, that outside is really going to be the preferred line, and also I think track position is going to have a huge factor into the way these drivers perform today.
Yeah, and I mean, just oh, there goes the 23 making a move. Hector Daniel.
Guy goes Hector
Can he
Daniel
get there? Side
on
by
the
side.
81. Oh, hey, the 81 got a better
Yeah.
drive off, and now he's going to keep the lead.
Yeah, better run off the corner. That's the problem.
Oh, but that
Oh,
level,
no, that's gonna force that's gonna force the 24 up the track. Oh, and he's gonna lose a couple spots.
lots of positions if he can't get back down to the inside here.
He's getting freight trained around the top. He might be better on the exit.
Yep, but now he's got to get in front of this 28.
Oh,
Or
he slid
on
up
the outside.
again. Oh, almost got into him.
Looks like he's going to find a gap down low. Yes, he does. But now it's created lots of battles behind him. You see the 21 and the 33 on the outside there. The 02 might possibly get shoved up the racetrack by the 00, but he keeps that spot.
I think we have drivers being told about the battles going on up front, and now that's getting them to start making moves to get themselves up front.
Oh yeah. Hector Daniel is putting lots of pressure on the rookie in the 81. Hector Daniel, obviously a rookie in the Cup Series, but in the Truck Series, he has lots of experience in winning.
Yeah, and Hector Daniel knows just how much pressure you can put on a rookie before they make a mistake. And he knows that fine line of when they make a mistake, as you see Quad Kid Boy back on the track.
Oh, yep. He's Quad Kid Boy is 42nd and 3 laps down, so it's going to take a lot of cautions to get him back on the lead lap. But now you see Legends in a battle with True Expand there, and Legends will stay ahead. So really, the race has been pretty tame. No one's really hit the wall like I would have expected. But it looks like Hector Daniel is still putting lots of pressure on the 81 here.
The
and
big thing
sorry. It's fine. This track it really just eats up your tires because of how old the surface is. That's really just like a cheese grater to your tires.
Yeah, really the big thing that I would be paying attention to is the pit entry, because that's where we've seen many drivers lose races in the past.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we also seen crashes around that pit entry as well. That might be the main source of crashes here in this race.
The big thing is you just have to get slowed down enough, but you can't slow down too much or else somebody might run over you.
Looks like the 81 is actually starting to pull away from the 23 here.
Hector Daniel might have used up some of his tires.
Yeah, especially when he was trying to get around the 81. Now that's going to allow Connor to put some pressure to the back of the 23, as yes, the 81 is definitely pulling away.
Yeah, Hector Daniel, we know that he can be an aggressive driver. We know that he likes making his way up front, but just not the moment for him to do it now. He is losing time.
In the track's history at Darlington in this league, I don't think anybody has started on the pole and went on to win the race. I think Kyler Sustride definitely has a truck that is capable of doing that today.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that we want to see out of a rookie.
Oh,
we want to see them do good, and now we have a move for second. Big, really quick pass. He passed him almost like Hector Daniel was stopped.
Yeah, definitely. That was because Hector Daniel was stuck on that outside there. Connor taking advantage of the wearing truck by that 23 Hector Daniel and moves up to second.
I think Hector Daniel was definitely just not satisfied about where he was on the top lane, and maybe was just waiting for Connor to get by, and I mean he just got flown past. And now you see the 45. He's getting a similar situation, getting freight trained around the top.
Yeah, really, that outside is your worst enemy right there in turns 1 and 2. As for 3 and 4, it works pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you really just got to find that fine line. This is one of those tracks where you do not want to be in the same line at both ends of the racetrack just because of how abrasive it really is, and also because of the shape.
And that really showed, because the 45 was able to power ahead of the 51 on the high side of turn 4 there.
I mean, one thing about this racetrack is that you really have to be set up for either one of the corners. You can't really be set up for both of them. If you manage to get the setup completely right, to have both corners to your advantage, kind of like how I'm seeing out of the 81, I think by that point, you definitely have the best truck on the track.
Yep, definitely. He's also keeping about a 3/10 gap over the 14. Hector Daniel slips back to third, and Lipsy in the number 9 is on his back bumper.
Yeah, he got injured earlier this season, so he's definitely looking for a good run.
Yep, I think currently last in the point standings right now. Actually, no, second to last, because behind him being his sub Aqua Taylor. But yeah, really,
Definitely
at Rockingham.
not the sorry.
Sorry, it's fine. After Rockingham, I don't think anybody was expecting Lipsy to return because of how hard that crash really was. But it took him 3 weeks to recover, and now he is back in that 9 truck and really having a really nice run today.
Yeah, definitely not having the season he wanted, but he's starting to turn it around.
looks like Connor has cut down the gap just a little bit on the 81 here, but the 81 is still maintaining a lot of speed. And Kyler Sistrai, his season has not been great by any means. He's very far down in points, has no wins, very minimal top 5s and top 10s. But really, he needs a run like this to at least give him a little bit of a confidence booster.
Especially for a rookie. I mean, leading 20 laps or 21 laps at Darlington. I mean, you just got to look at that and know that. I mean, you're a good driver by those standards. I mean, just leading a lap at this racetrack is difficult.
And Matthew, I have that feeling that they're coming to pit soon because look at the times on the top right of your screen.
Yeah.
Last lap, 29.194. Best lap, 27.173. Already 2 seconds of tire wear that these drivers are enduring.
Yeah, and if they wait, then that they can almost get to 3 seconds of fall off, and you really don't want that.
So the 81 power get a way better drive off the corner. I think that's what his strengths are. Really just getting out of the corner. But the 14 is way better and rolling through the center of the corner. But the 81 just has him when they get off the corner.
Yeah, we know that he can make his way up front. At times we know that he can. We know he can run the way he is now after what we're seeing today. But it's definitely the way his car is set up. It's really helping him on corner exit.
This guy has led all 22 laps of this race so far, but now he's under pressure from experienced veteran Connor.
Yeah, and speaking of, he's going to be retiring at the end of the season.
Connor has been relatively strong in the truck series at some points. Just hasn't really had much luck to show that.
Although he has a win in the Shell Series, Montana.
See, Connor looks like he gets a more shallower entry, just peeking to the inside of the 81. That could be for many reasons. He could be trying to disrupt that dirty air from getting him. And look at that exit the 14 got. He might try and make the move into turn 1 here.
There's a veteran move, and he's going to get to the inside. He's going to fly right past him.
And the 14 takes the lead. The 20.
Oh, and Hector Daniel back to second.
Lipsy will take advantage and go to third. Maybe the 81 will actually retain that position on the high side. But yes, we were expecting that.
Looks like Lipsy might have let off a little bit for Kyler. I mean, you really don't want to be battling in the 3 and 4, and Lipsy knows that.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, lots of tire fall off, and really, you don't really want to take many risks on worn tires.
Yeah, especially because of how much it's But they should be getting the pit stop soon. I mean, I don't think you can go much more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at what, a 29.9? Yeah, so they're going to be maybe 30 seconds, yeah, 3-second fall off.
Yeah, they should be coming in without a doubt probably in the next 5 laps.
The longer run than I thought they could even do under green.
I think some guys could come down this time, but actually might be a little bit early for their window.
I think this race might end up being a strategy call.
Definitely, but it's also a possibility of if we see any crashes on heading out of pit road, because that's the main source of accidents here at Darlington. But I think if you're not Quad Kid Boy, a completely green race is all that you want to see. But really, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think caution's out. Right as I say that, yellow flag is out. Oh, big crash down to turn 2. Manuel in the 1 is involved, and so is the 0 of unofficial Joe. Yellow flag is out for the first time on lap 29.
And that's gonna suck for them. Oh, Patrick Miller, I think.
That's the 10 of
Oh wait,
Zevel.
no, that's Kyle. Oh, that's Zevel. Oh.
And big damage to the 63 of Sean Ard. Wow.
Oh.
Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, Sean
happened in front of these guys. No.
Sean got a tap from the 1, gets sideways, saves it, and they're just 3 wide. There's no room, and they all just run into each other.
Yeah. Oh, Zevel, hard hit.
Yeah, is that hard hit into the outside wall for the 10? That's concrete barrier.
Oh, the
Oh,
20.
Jessica just had nowhere to go.
Oh, the 62 got a piece of it.
And you see the 0 sliding. He must have hit the 1. And other
And
trucks trying to avoid.
one thing that you can definitely say is, I mean, they just got in a situation where a little bit of contact was made. Zevel made a move to make it 3 wide, and then just nothing anybody could do.
Yeah, but really the 1 was trying to go to the inside because the 63 was taking the outside of the 72. And really just
It's like maybe at the same time, no. Zevel just made it 3 wide when they were already hitting each other. I mean, you can't really fault anybody for that, but that's gotta suck.
And wow, hard hit for the 00. You heard that hit and lifted the 1 up off the ground for a few moments. And really, if you're Sean Ard, I don't think you could have really done anything different there. The 1 just got into his left rear, and right as he got there, they couldn't get off of each other. So
I mean, Sean was stuck on the top lane.
yeah,
Just one car further up front, then it would have been a bigger wreck. But they've got to be glad that it was mainly contained to the top, just a couple cars on the bottom. But I mean, yeah, the 1 and Sean were both side by side, and Zevel decided to go to the inside. I don't see the logic in that, but
well, really, I think he was just trying to avoid that mess. I don't think
yeah,
Devil really
but
did anything wrong. But yeah, just
I would have probably not made it 3 wide. Probably try to stay behind it, but of course, cars behind you don't know what's happening.
right on board, Jessica. Oh wow, just nowhere to go.
Yeah, nothing you could. I mean, nothing she could do. Just
And really, you feel helpless as a driver if you have nowhere to go. And really, it's not your
yeah,
fault. Honestly, in that crash, I'd say that was really more a racing incident.
yeah, that was racing. The racing incident, just a little bit of contact made can really affect somebody's race.
And the
Dude's
O2 is
Castroneves saying
staying
out.
out. I'm
Don't
not
see the
sure.
logic in that.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well for some
That's
guys on the restart.
yeah, that's gonna end terrible for him.
Unless he comes down to pit road next time by. But other than that, the rest of the field is on pit road.
Yeah, if he's trying to have a good strategy to maybe have
Well, I'm not
fresher
really.
tires by a
I'm not
lap,
really
I
sure.
don't think
I'm not
that's a
really
good
sure.
idea.
I'm not really sure what he's doing. But we'll have to see how that works out for him in the end there. Connor goes into his box, so will Hector Daniel and Kyler Sustry. We're on lap 30 of 111 here at Darlington.
And oh, Connor, what a stop!
Hector Daniel having a really slow stop here. He finally gets out, but
Tyler
he's gonna.
Sustry with a really
Yeah,
slow
the
stop. Look at how
81.
many spots he lost.
Yeah, very, very slow stop for the 81. He's going to be deep in the pack.
Oh my God,
Very, very deep in the pack for the 81.
he's gonna go to last. Oh, almost
Ahead of the
last.
60, but yeah, wow. Did not expect that.
His race is falling apart, and Lipsy up to second.
And the O2 is coming in, so thankfully, the O2
Yeah,
due to Neves will not be a threat to the field.
and Lipsy's gonna be lined up in second, so that'll be interesting to see.
For sure. As the 78 will get a wave around.
I mean, it's been difficult to see or gauge how Lipsy would be this season just because of that injury, but trying to come back in full force.
Yep. Quad Kid Boy will go around the pace car, so after he goes around the pace car, he will be 2 laps down. And really, there's a lot of time left in the race for him to come back. 2 laps down. We've seen a lot of drivers in the real life top 3 series of NASCAR do it before. Think about Carl Edwards back in, I think it was 2016.
Which race? Darlington?
Yeah, Darlington, where I think he was like 2 laps down at one point, and then he came
I
back.
don't think he won 2016 Darlington. I think he won 2015.
Well, somewhere around that time frame.
Yeah, Edwards won 2015.
So next time by, we'll be going green. Connor will still have the lead. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what Kyler Sustrak can do after his pit crew just sold the bag there. He's going to be deep in the field all the way in 32nd.
We know he has a fast truck, but track position matters so much. I don't think he can even get back up front.
Yeah, definitely. And so we'll be going green once the pace car hits the line here to get the one to go. Really been an interesting race here at Darlington. Lots of it's been pretty clean, but other than that huge crash, looks like it has taken 4 trucks out of the race, that being Sean Ard, Manuel, Zevel, and Unofficial Joe.
I mean, that sucks for them, but I mean, it's one weekend. They're going to have to go on to the next one. And for Sean, he has a couple more races left this weekend, so he's still got a chance here at Darlington.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the 14 and the 9 will line up side by side. Don't worry about them going slow. They just do this for a second.
Yeah.
And here we go.
It'll be interesting to see if the outside gets a better restart. But even then, turn 1.
Here we go.
The outside gets a way better jump.
Oh yeah, definitely. The 9 had a way better reaction time than the 14, and he will take the lead. So Lipsy now out front. Connor gets clear for second. Now it's Josh and Gaming Freak battling for third.
It'll be interesting to see how hard they battle in this moment between Connor and Lipsy. Seems like Gaming Freak was better throughout the corner.
And now Josh will clear Billy Parker on the high side off of turn 4 and will slot into P4. As Connor is now back to the bumper of the number 9 of Lipsy, giving a massive amounts of pressure. He's looking to the inside. Here comes the 14. Does he have enough?
Have the top.
Does Connor have enough to stay side by side with the 9?
By side.
Lipsy has a better drive off the corner. Can Connor hang with him there?
Clears.
And Lipsy is clear for the lead.
And it's a Ford top 3.
Can Connor fight back?
What if Connor went to the outside for 3 and 4? Would that work?
He's going back to the inside. Once again, side by side off of turn 4. We see the outside be very strong here at Darlington off of turn 4. But now,
and once again,
Connor has to see the position to Lipsy there. Here
Gaming Freak got loose.
09.
Gaming Freak got way loose.
Look at the 09 heading into the picture. And now the top 3 all under a blanket.
and we know how aggressive that they will battle. Two of these guys are currently in the Cup Series as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And a guy who in the Truck Series who's full time and got injured is currently outrunning them both.
And this has really got to give them a ton of confidence.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we're only 38 laps in, Matthew. We still got a lot left in store for this race. But Connor is not giving up. He is still right on the back bumper of the 9.
Yeah, but if Connor makes one mistake, Josh is going to be there right to attack.
Look at Jeff Bolton in the picture. He came runner-up, I think runner-up in the championship last season, and now he's doing pretty good this season, running up inside the top 5 today and catching up to the leaders.
He's definitely had a pretty consistent season.
Look at the run he's got on the 09 of Josh here. Josh had a run in the 14. Looks like he decided not to take it in turn 3.
Yeah, probably couldn't get to the outside, which he knew that would have been the lane that would work.
Now he's got to run down the front stretch. Does he take it? No, he's going to tuck in
No.
behind. Lipsy extends the gap to about a tenth and a half.
Yeah, now I think Connor's not just on offense mode. I think he's on defense as well.
The run the 14 got was amazing, and he looks to the inside of the 9, blocks
Shuts
it.
the door on him. But yeah, I think Connor's on both offense and defense. He's not picking just one. He has to fight off the 09, and he has to try to pass the 9.
It's very stressful as a driver when you have to check your windshield and also your mirrors.
It's really a situation of, do you want to start mirror driving, or do you want to start looking right out front for the car in front?
If I'm Connor, I'm looking out my my windshield until my spotter tells me that someone's right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best option, but where do you go if you know you can make the pass, but you just can't seem to get around them?
I think that's Josh's situation right now, and Connor's. Connor made about a few attempts of passing Lipsy on the inside on turns 3 and 4, and it just came up incomplete.
If anything, I think Connor should try his best to get to that outside lane. Or if he can get right to his bumper over before turn 1, he has to make the move. There's no waiting on it.
Oh, look at the 09. Look at the run he's got, but he's still, it's just not enough to carry the speed and momentum into turns 3 and 4, and now he's getting low. Yeah, I definitely saw that too. He might have gave him a little love tap into turns 3.
Yeah, I don't think Connor really appreciates of those moments, but I mean, so far he's not wrecked, so he might be fine.
But really, I think Josh is doing that because he's really getting held up by this 14. Because look at the 9, he's starting to pull away a little bit. And really, if Connor keeps holding the 09 up, he could be compromised to the 51.
I think Josh is trying to tell him he has the way faster car, so he's just got to let him by. But I don't. I know. If I know one thing about Connor, he's not going to let anybody by.
And here comes the 09. Makes a really quick move for second and goes for second.
Oh, Connor tried to get into that hole to stay in third, but he's just going to fall back.
Looks like he might get in front of the 28 of Gaming Freak. He will. Only lost
right in front of his driver. His driver lets him in.
But look at that 09. He was right when he had the faster, when you said he had the faster truck.
Way faster. Now he's just got to chase down that 9.
Oh yeah, look at the he's driving the you know what out of it.
Driving the wheels off that thing.
Gaming Freak giving pressure to his boss. I think Connor's truck is starting to fade here.
Yeah, he's pushed it so much trying to pass Lipsy to where he just cannot make the move anymore.
I think the crew just made the wrong adjustment on that 14, but there's still a lot of time left in the race to correct that.
I mean, if you pay attention to it, on the last run, he only made one attempt to make the pass, and on this run, he made multiple. So he was driving it a lot harder this run than the last.
Kenyon's also up to 4th. Shout out to him. He started deep in the field as well. 35 truck having a really nice run here.
Especially for how his race started, it's definitely looking good.
Now the 51 giving lots of pressure to the 09 here. Josh is able to pull away. Looks like he's got a little bit of a run on Lipsy here. Now the 09 trying his hardest to get to the back bumper, but look at the 51. He's got a big run on the 09.
And we're getting really close to halfway.
Oh, yeah.
55, by the way.
Okay. I was just about to do the math, so thank
Yeah,
you.
I went ahead and went to my calculator out.
So, yeah, lap 56 will do that.
So far, Lipsy looks to have the best truck, but that's what we said about Kyler. And as you can see,
Where even is
all
Kyler
changed.
after that?
Way in the back. I don't think he's made much up. There he is.
Sub 20s, just sitting there.
About 10 positions, maybe 8. It's about 30 seconds. So yeah, he's made up about 8 positions.
I mean, it looks like he's been picking off traffic though. He started in the sub 30s at one point after that on the last restart, and he's up to 24th. I don't
Which
think
is
he's
a
out of
good
this thing
run,
yet.
but he's got to have some really good luck right here.
Battle for second. Jeff Bolton tried to get around the 09, but he thought better of it. Let the 09 go.
But Lipsy, he's led a lot more than I think we all thought he would lead.
Oh, definitely. He's been up front about all day. And really, I think at Darlington, it just matters if your pit crew sells the bag or not. Because track position is really key here at Darlington.
And we learned that the hard way with Kyler, but I mean, he might be able to find a way back up, but I highly doubt that.
Check and see if he's made up some ground. He's right now on the back bumper of the 74 Giuseppe there.
I think eventually he might be able to get around him, but he's really got to work for it.
Jeff Bolton is just getting held up by both of these guys, really. I think Jeff Bolton has the faster truck than both of these guys right now on the longer run.
Yeah, but it's going to be a situation of if he starts battling Josh, does that mean Josh is going to end up getting passed, and then Lipsy's going to keep the lead once again?
Well, I think it really just opens up a gap for the 51 to make that time back up, and really, I think that the 09 is really the big source of problems for the 51 here as he goes to the inside.
It's not going to work out. They're on 3 and 4.
Oh, I think it might actually. The 51 has a big nose ahead.
No, Josh is going to get there.
The 51's going to stay down there, though. Look at the run
halfway.
he has. And the 51 goes to second, and the 14 goes back to third.
And I never even noticed that Connor made his way back up to the top 5, but Ori didn't even fall out of the top 5, but Lipsy's going to have the halfway.
Yeah, he was sitting right around the edge of the top 5 there. As the 09 fights for the 28 for, this looks about like, let's see, 4th. And he actually gets the position right ahead of him. And yes, we've just crossed the halfway mark. Now the 28 once again going to the inside of the 09.
Yeah, but don't count out Jeff Bolton now that he's in second. I think he's going to have a serious shot of passing Lipsy if he can catch him. Yeah.
And really, Gaming Freak is trying to pass at 09, and he dives to the inside. He finally gets by him.
He's already won at one Crown Jewel track. Can he win another?
Now Josh is just suffering on the outside. He's got to get ahead of Bailey Parker here, and it looks like he'll do so.
Seems like we're getting a lot of drivers that come down to the truck series at Race and Cup having a lot of luck down here in the trucks.
Definitely. Like you mentioned, Matthew, that 51 is now released in a second, trying to catch the 9.
If he can get up to him, he's going to have a good chance at passing him. I think he's faster at this point.
Oh, Connor pits.
And
14
the pit
comes down to
strategy
pit
is going
road.
to start.
And here comes the 19 following him, and a bunch of other
Quite
trucks
a
in the back.
few. Will the strategy work?
The 81 is one of them.
The 12.
Lots of other trucks. Let's see what the leaders do. Looks like Jeff Bolton is giving a lot of pressure to Lipsy here.
Lipsy just wants to let him go right now.
Oh,
I mean,
they're both coming
no,
down.
they're both going to pit. So I think it's going to be between those two.
I think the rest of the field might pit. Burn it down,
No.
staying out. And so is Teague. Will any other trucks stay out? No, looks like the rest of the field is coming in.
And it's really going to be who is the fastest stop right here.
Into his box. I think he'll have a pretty clean pit stop here. Yes, he's out of his stall.
Quick
Kylo
stop for him.
Guy, still getting 4 tires.
His crew taking a
Yeah,
bit longer again.
Yeah. But looks like he got out just behind the 12. At least he had a much quicker stop than he had under the caution. Hector Daniel is in. Looks like it's going to be a clean cycle for everybody here. Jeff Bolton and Lipsy drag racing off of pit road here. But Jeff Bolton gets ahead.
I don't think I expected that.
I think that was really due to the 51 pit crew coming alive right there, but now they're getting passed by cars that pitted earlier.
I did not have Jeff Bolton passing Lipsy on my bingo card tonight.
But now I think Connor's going to retake the lead with a huge margin over I think that's the last NASCAR fan here. But keep an eye on this 51 and the 9. They are both on fresher tires than the rest of these guys.
Look who's found his way into the top 10. Dylan Gross.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Ginger's having a really nice day.
He was in, I think, the sub-20s.
But look at this huge battle right here. Josh just came out of pit road. Now the 81 of Kyler Sustry is going to the inside of him.
And this is definitely not what Josh wants. But now going into 1 and 2, can Sustry make the pass? No, he can't. He was definitely having Josh just pull away from him a little bit. And the more of a gap that he can get, the worse it's going to be for Sustry in that moment.
Yeah, but I don't think overcutting the 14 really did Jeff Bolton and Lipsy favors there. Now they're about 4.5 seconds back. But there's a lot of tire fall off at this track, so let's just have to see how it goes.
And the big thing about the tire fall off, you really just got to hope that it doesn't affect the cars too much. If it's your car, at least.
Let's see how much the 51 is catching the 72 here.
I mean, he's definitely gaining on him. He's definitely better on corner exit, I believe.
Looks like they're both getting about 3/10 on Connor each lap.
Yeah. I mean, they both have good trucks. It's just a situation of you really got to be careful about it.
Yeah, now they're just trying to navigate through traffic. But Jeff Bolton, if he gets by all this traffic with no problems, then he's gonna be the leader eventually. Because like we mentioned before, Connor is on those older tires. But now the 51 is stuck behind the 72. So what will he do here?
He's gonna have to make the move.
I think
he can't just be stuck behind a slower truck.
Yeah, he's
gonna have to be in 1 and 2.
Yep, he's gonna do it. He's gonna go to the inside. Pretty late move
Ginger's gonna fight back.
Right on the corner panel, down to the door.
Where does Lipsy go in all of this?
Lipsy's gonna go by Ginger. Really, I think Lipsy's just following the 51 truck here, wherever he goes.
Because he knows the 51 is really fast.
and he's gonna be the one cutting through traffic as well.
Yeah, and if he can get past the traffic that the 51 moves for him, then he's gonna go somewhere.
But look at this. Look at the top left of your screen. 3.5 seconds when it was just about 4.1 a few laps ago.
Yeah, and we know that this track, this race in general is really just flown by.
That's already a lap 68 of 111 here. Still a pretty decent amount of laps left to decide a winner.
I mean, only one caution, and that's definitely impressive for what we're seeing out of these truck drivers. Most of these drivers are less experienced than some of our cup guys and some of our shell guys, but I mean, you see them just racing pretty clean with each other.
For sure, and really, I think, well, I feel like you might have jinxed it there, but we'll have to see how the race goes, how the rest of the race goes. Ryan putting some pressure on the 19 here. That's for second, but really, I think I wouldn't be fighting the 19 because I'd really trying to get past the 19 now, actually, because if you're looking in the mirror and you see the 51 and the 9 heading straight towards you, then yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah, you know they're way faster, and you just gotta make the pass as quick as you can. And right now, I don't see it happening.
Matthew, what were you saying? You cut out.
Yeah, you kind of lagged a little, but I was saying if you are the 32, you really have to make the pass now with these faster trucks behind you because if anything, I don't see the pass being made if they get to you.
And really, I think the 51 and 9 might be at a big disadvantage here because they still got a really big gap to the 14 here, and I'm not sure if they can make that up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to hope that there's another pit stop, and I think there will be. I think at least one more stop to the end of this race.
But really, it's about the crew chief's A game here. What do they do?
I
feel
mean,
like if
I'd say when the
you're
14 pits, you pit.
yeah,
Seems like they're on the
maybe
best
even
strategy.
pit a lap before the 14 because that's really been the key strategy to getting the lead here.
Yeah, maybe try to short pit. That might actually work.
You see those cars with a pretty decent. You see the 32 and the 19 with a pretty decent gap to the 14. Now, look just behind them. The 51 and 9 have entered the frame there.
This is where it all gets very tedious. You have to try to make any move you can to make a last ditch run to the leader. Because if you get to the final stop and if you're struggling to catch him like you are now, then you might as well kiss your race goodbye.
Right now, those two running fourth and fifth, and looks like Jeff Bolton only made about a tenth there. But now they have really caught up to those two trucks right there, the two Toyotas of Ryan and last NASCAR fan there.
And if I'm Lipsy, I'm not making a move on the 51 at all. I'm waiting for him to make the moves.
Yeah, he's really, if you're the 9, you're just waiting for the 51 to cut through traffic, and if he can't, then you go by and try and do it yourself. Oh, smoke!
Oh,
Not sure where that
what
was
happened? No
from.
caution.
No yellow is out, but there was definitely smoke down there.
Yeah, there was.
We have to pause the race and go rewind a little bit. There's definitely an incident down there. Oh, wow. Someone was in the
Oh.
wall. Someone was in the wall. I think it might have been, oh, wow. Teammates right there.
Oh.
The 60 and the 50.
Teague.
Teague and Outlaw, both of those drivers are teammates right there. Teague, I think, getting into the 60 and just riding the wall through the rest of the corner, but both trucks have big damage there.
Not the moment he wanted, but certainly happened.
Yeah, well, really, I think the 50 just tried to make the move and just
Made
got
a little
way
bit of
too late.
contact, another racing incident.
Yeah, well, just got way too late in the brakes and really just got into the left rear of the 60, and that actually turned the 60 into the right into the wall, which is something that isn't
If
very
you're a team
common here
owner,
in Darlington.
if you're a team owner, that is your worst nightmare. You do not want to see your drivers getting together.
But luckily they didn't spin out, so no yellow.
But poor T is going to have a lot of ground to make up. So
Both of them might have to pit with that damage, but now let's see. The 51 is right to the back bumper of the 32. What does he do here?
make the move now. That's what he's got to do.
But the real question here is, can he? I think actually the 19 and the 32 are already making time on the 14. Which could really be a game changer here.
Could get all four of them over there, but looks like Lipsy's starting to lose time.
Well, now I think all of them just have to go. They have to do something to try and get past these two trucks here.
Can Jeff Bolton possibly get a win?
And looks like the 19, the last NASCAR fan, has cut it under a second. If I was Connor, I'd be probably shaking in my boots right now if I was being told those gaps. Now 32 go to the inside of the 19.
It's not going to work. It's in 3 and 4. I mean, it could work, but it's awfully rare that it can happen. But maybe
I think
if the 32 can be there by 1 and 2,
Yep, he
has
is.
the push from Jeff Bolton.
And now the 51 and the 9 go by.
And the 72.
Now
Takes
the 51 has
advantage.
a run onto the 32, and now he's going to go by the 32 here.
But would I want to be making that move? I mean, you know that lane doesn't always work, and you'd have to complete the pass later on the track, but you have the 9 right behind you pushing you.
They have better trucks, and I think Jeff Bolton's gonna hold it on the inside here into turn 1, and he's gonna go
Way better.
into second.
As Ginger also stuck on the top. But now, if I'm Connor, hearing what's happening between the 51 and the 9, I'm definitely scared.
But really, I think, well, that just cost him about maybe a second there about trying to get around those trucks. So, really, it's a matter of how fast can those two fast trucks get up to the 14 here.
And just think about how much Connor was able to just ride around.
I think Connor might have been trying to save his stuff up for later in the run because he knew those guys had fresher tires and he'd be pushing through all that traffic.
He also catched no lap traffic, so there's definitely proof that he was saving his stuff. It's really going to be a game of chess.
Definitely. It's like another
They
10.
gained a 10th.
But if they can't gain more than about 2 tenths per lap, then I think that they're not going to catch the 14 coming in the next pit cycle.
Yeah, and then they have to make their last-ditch efforts. I don't even know if there's going to be another pit cycle.
No, there definitely is, Matthew. They've lost about 3 seconds on tire wear now. Or 2 seconds, but coming to 3 seconds soon. Looks like it might have made up about 2 tenths there.
It's really going to have to be a big just push.
Yeah, if it's not really a question of how, it's really a question of when and where.
I mean, you see Bolton and Lipsy just not even fighting each other.
I think Lipsy might be planning a pass on the 51, but if they do that, then I think getting the chances of getting the lead coming to the next pit cycle that are done.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what they want. I think the pass that he's going to have to make is going to be under the pit cycle.
I think that might be what it comes down to, unless we get a caution here.
If we get a caution, that would change everything.
Looks like, oh, I see a truck down pit road. That's Maine, but he's blowing up.
Oh, he got to pit road, though.
Oh, wow, the 99, he's actually getting service, but I think that truck's going to be done. The 99 blew up right there. Let's see when it happened.
Yeah, I think the engine just might have expired.
And coming off of turn 2, I think it might have happened down the backstretch, I presume. And yes, the engine just lets go
Yeah.
right there. Very unfortunate for the 99.
Yeah.
But he's still getting service. He might get that truck back out there, but it's not going to be the same as it was.
Sucks that he had to watch cylinder 4 go bye-bye, but it's okay.
Yep. Now it's about a second between the 2 leaders. Connor just has to hang on and just hope that the pit window is soon, because those guys are coming with a huge head of steam.
Yeah, but I think if they come out second and third, they have good enough trucks to catch. It's really any man's game right here.
Oh, definitely. We've seen some guys have troubles under green here, but that didn't cause a yellow. So really, I think there's still a big chance that a caution can come out late in the race here.
What's the current lap times?
Right now it's 34, so
So
that's
yeah,
about
they're
3 seconds.
gonna
Yeah, it's
pit
over 3
soon.
seconds. So I definitely think they're going to pit in the next 5 laps or so. But like I said, if we get a yellow, that will change absolutely everything.
It's really a
the
case
14
of
comes in.
when. Oh, do they follow? No, they don't.
The 32 follows. The 19 stays out with those guys.
And it looks like the 51 and the 9 are still trying to get better track position. Or not track position, better tires.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think it's
definitely.
gonna work though.
Well, I don't think many trucks came down with the Well, the big difference is now I don't think many trucks came down with the 14. It was only the 72, the 32, the 22, and a few other trucks that were in the back. But now here come the rest of the leaders.
That can still equate to a few trucks that they have to pass. That's the only problem.
I think this might be the money stop here.
It's now or never right here.
And the 99 has retired his car. He's pulled it back to the garage with a camshaft failure. As now, let's see. 51 enters his stall. Where does the 9 go? He's in his stall now. Remember, the 51 beat the 9 out of pit road last time when the 9 came in ahead. So really, I think it's going to come down to performance of pit crews here.
That's all it comes down to. But what about
Oh,
other
the 51's
trucks?
being held in. He's having a really slow stop here. Terrible stop for the 51. And he's going to be let go way
Lipsy's already
behind the
off.
9. Wow. The pit crew choke for the 51.
Bad luck for Jeff Bolton. Not what he wanted to see.
So now, it's not. I don't think it's a question of if Jeff Bolton can win this race. I think it's a question of if Lipsy can win this race.
Oh!
It's an outlaw! They go off the track! Outlaw's into the wall!
Oh, in the wall. That could have been way worse for Lipsy.
Wow. That could have been so much worse.
I mean, Lipsy is lucky that he didn't get turned into the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what the 60 was really doing right there. He didn't really give the
Not a
the 9
single
lot of
inch.
space there.
Could not even slide a piece of paper between those two cars.
And I'm not sure what's wrong with the 81 here, but he's way off the pace. I think he just came out of pit road. But 35th now.
His pit crew has not been having a good day today.
No, not at all. He's gonna have to have a big talk with them after this race, because he could have had a shot at winning this race if it weren't for his pit crew.
I mean, he was the leader at a point. He led about 30 laps.
Look at this. The Ole Miss Rebels racing cars are right on the back bumper of the 9. They're going to go the inside. It looks like Kenyon going low.
Does it work? It does. And we have a new challenger in here.
Yup, that's Kenyon in the 35. Kenyon goes by. Here comes rookie Barnabas.
I don't think anybody saw Kenyon having a shot to win with how far in the pack he started.
And even Barnabas. Barnabas, he wasn't even up here at the start of this race. And right now, he's got a way better truck than the 9. Those Olbus Rebels Racing trucks are coming alive at the end of this race here.
That's the only time you need your truck to come alive.
Look at this. The 81 might unlap himself here. If he does, that's very detrimental for the 14 here. He's looking to the inside.
And now the fact that he's battling with the 81, that's going to make him lose time. Because look who has nobody with him. Or just one truck with him, 32.
Yeah, 32, he might have a big shot at winning this race here, but those guys on fresher tires, I think, have the best shot at winning this race, because I don't think these guys are going to pit again.
I mean, there's no reason to. It's way too late in the race. I mean, you see drivers up in the front that we really didn't see until the first green flag pit stops. I mean, you have the 32 and the 72. I mean, Ginger's been really quiet this season, but he's been pretty consistent. Just nobody's noticed him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Looks like the 81's looking low on the 14 here. Still can't pass him.
Yeah, but this battle's really affecting Connor.
Yeah, definitely. I think when Kyler tries to get to the inside, it's gonna be a huge deficit for Connor, because the 32 is gonna make a lot of time on both of them.
Which is the problem, because it's late in this race and a lapped car can ruin everything.
But then you also have the 35, the 9, the 97, all trying to make up time. They're 5 seconds back.
17 also starting to become a factor into it. Have not talked about the 17 all day.
We could even these guys could even be out of the equation if they can't make up a lot of time.
I don't think they're gonna make I don't think they can make up enough. But I mean, the 32 is gaining a 10th a lap just because of the battle that's going on in front of them.
Oh yeah. But if the 82 can't pass this 14, then that's another truck to get through, and that's gonna be bad for the 32.
He's praying that the 81 of Kyler will try to pass Connor.
Oh yeah. 11 laps to go, or 12 laps to go.
Oh, he almost got into him.
I think the lap car of Kyler Sustrai is gonna define how the end of this race goes. He's still not passing him. Not really sure what the 81's gonna do here.
I mean, he's definitely got the pace to stay with him.
He's got the run, but he's just not taking it. Now he's going to. No,
It's a
never mind.
major rookie mistake that he's making. Could he be waiting for his manufacturer teammate to catch up?
Oh, he gave him a bump there.
I mean, we know that the 81 and the 32 are both Toyotas. Could the 81 be waiting for his fellow Toyota that's in second to maybe start to make the pass?
And keep in mind, this is the truck that Connor drove last season, the 81 was.
And Jessica's going to start coming into play.
Now the 81 goes low.
Oh,
Still can't find a gap down low.
I think he
But
might
yes,
have made a little bit of contact.
they're coming up to the 20. She's very slow. We'll have to see what effect that she has on these leaders.
Oh, it's really going to affect Connor if he can't get around her.
If the 81 tries to get around him at the same time as the 20 he's trying to lap the 20, then really Connor's gonna be stuck on the outside, and that's gonna open up a huge door for the 32. Look at him, he's in the frame now.
And so is the 71. Both of them gaining at the same time.
Oh, just
blocked.
cut Connor off there.
That is not the luck that Connor wants.
They're gonna be side by side heading into the corner here.
Now Jessica's gonna
still,
fight back.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Jessica's doing this. But look at Jinder, he's going for
Ginger,
second.
oh my god.
I think that might have just sealed the deal right there.
I don't know. Ginger might have a fast truck.
Well, it really depends on what the 81 does. He's going low. Kyler
He's
Seuss guy
fighting.
finally trying to pass the 14.
Gonna
And
get
he's
around him.
Now, the 72 in second has come so close to winning this season.
And it's
if he
been
does
really
win,
quiet.
If he does win, then that's gonna give the attention to a lot of these team owners for the Shell Series.
It's been really quiet, but he's trying to make some noise.
Let's see, we have under what is it? 5 laps to go.
Close to that.
Yeah, 5 laps to go now.
And the 81 is pulling away. And the 72 is gaining.
Yep, he is. Will it be enough?
He's got to use any amount of momentum he can.
Jinder does definitely have a really fast truck. It's the question of, can he reel in that 14 in time? 4 to go.
And there were a lot of questions being asked when MHR decided to put Ginger in this truck. Ginger's trying to prove why he was the guy to pick.
But I don't think that 14 is very, very fast. I'm not sure how the 72 is going to be able to get to the 14 and even pass him with 3 to go here. Oh, the 72 got tight right there. It's only going to allow the 14 to pull away more. I think that's it.
He's trying hard enough to where he might end up overdriving, and that's proof.
Might be it.
I don't think he can get him in these last 2 laps.
2 to go.
But definitely a good way to grab attention.
Let's see, he's trying his hardest to cut the gap down, but I'm not sure if he can do it. He's got to have one mighty last lap if he wants to get this win.
It's got to be a last-ditch effort, but I don't think he's close enough.
Oh, he gained a lot of time off that corner right there. White flag.
Yeah, but I don't think he can get there.
It depends if the 14 messes up off the corner, which he's still good. Through 3 and 4 for the final time.
Connor's going to have a win in 2 different series.
Yup. Connor, out of turn 4, the pit strategy will pay off. And it'll be Connor taking home the win at Darlington. Connor comes home with a win here in the Truck Series race at Darlington, and Ginger comes home second. After a very, very good run to try and take the lead.
Two different series, Trucks and Shell. Now he just has 1 more to go.
Yep. So 14 comes home with a win. Ginger, Ryan, Kenyon, and Lipsy are the rest of the top 5. King Barnabas. Oh my God, Matthew, turn your mic on.
Sorry.
Along with King Barnabas, Mark, Ev, Jeff Bolton, and Last NASCAR Fan, rounding out the top 10. I'm Thunder with Matthew Hill in the booth, and we will see you tomorrow for Shell. Thank y'all for coming out tonight.